Unknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG, is a worldwide famous battle royale game. The logic of this game is simple. Just land on an island, grab some guns, and kill your enemies. And it's available everywhere: PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Android, iOS, Google Stadia. Now, since it became popular on PC, Tencent Games introduced a mobile version of this game. It was basically a lighter version of PUBG PC for mobile, so that mobile players can also play this famous game, and the best part, it's totally free. Hey guys, it's UV here and welcome back to Rogue Gamer UV. Today, I'm going to talk about why players prefer PUBG Mobile emulator than PUBG PC. So let's begin this video. Now, when PUBG Mobile became famous in India, Tencent Games introduced their emulator to play PUBG Mobile on PC. Now, since gaming is rare in India and not many people can afford a gaming PC, they decided to download the emulator of PUBG Mobile on their budget laptops and started playing on it. I agree to this point that their systems cannot handle the original PUBG PC due to its specs and they have to use the emulator to play. But there are some people out there who are playing the emulated version of PUBG Mobile on their gaming rig, an RTX 2080 Ti, an i9 9900K, 32GB of RAM just to play a mobile game on a PC? And there are two reasons behind this. The first reason is that the recoil of PUBG PC is higher than PUBG Mobile. Because of this, some people are unable to play properly. Sometimes their aim is good, but due to recoil, they can't kill the enemy. Because when you fire your gun in PUBG PC, your gun will literally aim for sky due to higher recoil, unless you know how to control the recoil. In PUBG Mobile emulator, the recoil is reduced for mobile players and auto aim function is enabled, so we can control it easily. And with mouse and keyboard, it would look like aimbot. So that's the first reason. The second reason is that the PUBG Mobile has more game modes to play. In PUBG PC, there are 5 maps in classic mode: Erangel 2.0, Miramar, Vikendi, Sandhog, and Karakin. In arcade, there are 2 modes: Team Deathmatch and War mode. And these are all the modes available in PUBG PC. Meanwhile, in PUBG Mobile, there are a lot of modes to choose from. In classic mode, we only have 4 maps to choose from: Erangel, Mad Miramar, Sanhok, and Vikendi. But in arcade mode, we have 3 modes: War mode, Quick Match, which is a 8-minute match and is very quick, and Sniper Training. Same as Quick Match, but it is a 15-minute match and it's a snipers only. Then we have the Arena mode. In Arena mode, we have TDM, in which we have to kill enemies, then die, then again respawn and kill and die. Arena Training, another TDM mode, but we can choose guns at spawn point. Domination, capturing base A, then base B, then base C in a nutshell. Assault, it's like TDM but with a new map. Then we have Play Lab. In Play Lab, we have Rage Gear, TDM with cars. Payload, just like the classic mode but with more explosions and a helicopter. Arctic mode, Vikendi mode, but it's realistic and we don't have to let our player's temperature fall down or he will die. The third reason is stability. PUBG PC is very demanding. Even on the best gaming PCs, it would still lag on max graphics. But with reduced settings, there is no lag on PUBG PC. But since emulator is not demanding, the frame rate is stable and there is no lag, even on the max settings, although the graphics of PUBG Mobile sucks when compared to PUBG PC. Now, all differences aside, it's time to talk about Project Thailand. It's called PUBG PC Lite. This project was in open beta and was supposed to be revolutionary. Why? Because this game was specifically made for low-end PC. This game is a lighter version of PUBG PC, but it's for low-end PCs. With this, low-end PC users can feel what it's like to play PUBG PC. This game felt just like PUBG PC Steam version. This game is stable on low-end PCs with graphics of PUBG PC. All the features which were not in PUBG Mobile were present in this game. This game was basically PUBG Mobile with less game modes and more features of PUBG PC. This project was supposed to end the PUBG Mobile emulator, but before it could happen, it died. Vikendi was the final content update for this game. The servers are still alive, we can still play this game, but it won't get updates. This is a wasted opportunity to end PUBG Mobile emulator. This game could have included all the game modes of PUBG Mobile. Just imagine how successful this game would have been. A mix of PUBG Mobile game modes and PUBG PC graphics and features. Just imagine, but now it's not possible. Or is it? Maybe PUBG PC Lite developers were gonna work on the final release of this game with all mobile modes and PC features. But then this outbreak happened. Who knows? Also, I forgot to tell you guys one thing. By logging in our Google account in the emulator, we can load our PUBG Mobile progress in it. So just in case you are not able to play on PC, emulated version of course, our progress will still be saved and you can continue playing on mobile. So that's it guys. Thanks for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Let's aim for 15 likes on this video. Subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. I will be starting gaming series on this channel soon. So subscribe or you won't be able to witness my professional gaming skills. Social media links are in description. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And now, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe and goodbye.